In this video, I'm going to show you how to use and write the function VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP, the purpose is the same as index match match. You can use it to retrieve data, and you do not need to know the row or the column number. So here is the syntax for VLOOKUP. First, it asks for the lookup value. This is the unique identifier. And it's very important. The unique identifier has to be in the first column in the source data set or that external table. So that is one of the differences between VLOOKUP and index match match. For index match match, the unique identifier can be in any column. So if we go back to our index match match, our unique identifier was business code. And business code was in the first column, but it could be in any column and index match match would work. That is not the case for VLOOKUP. So for VLOOKUP, this example, our unique identifier is also the business code, and it has to be in the first column in order for this function to work. If it was in any other location, VLOOKUP would not work. Okay, so first you tell Excel the lookup value or the unique identifier. Then we have the array. So the array is the entire source or external data set, and we are not going to include the headings. And then we go into a match function, and it's going to be the second match in the index match match. So it's going to be the match for the headings. Then we will write false at the end. All right, so again, VLOOKUP is used to retrieve data. We want to retrieve data from this source data set or this external data set. We want to determine the local business, best of Athens rank, years in business, and average revenue for all of these businesses. So we're going to do VLOOKUP. And again, first is the unique identifier. So that would be our business code. We're going to lack the column, but not the row. And that's because we want it to go down rows, but we do not want it to move over columns. Next, we have our table array. This is the entire source or external data set, and we do not include the headings, and it is completely locked. Then for the next argument, we need the column number. We don't know the column number, so we're going to use match. So remember, the second match in index match match retrieves the column number, and the second match is all about headings. So the lookup value is going to be the heading in the distribution table or the table we are completing. We want to lock the row, but not the column, and that's because we want it to move over columns, but we do not want it to move down rows. The lookup array is going to be all of the headings in that external table and completely locked. And then our match type is going to be 0 for an exact match or an exact lookup. And then comma, and then the last argument in the VLOOKUP is the word false. And I always forget that. So don't make the same mistake as me. Don't forget it. And then we should be able to copy it down and over. Again, you always want to look up a value. You always want to look up a case to verify that the VLOOKUP retrieved the correct data. Don't do the first row because the first row sometimes is right, but the remaining rows are wrong. So again, we'll look up avalanche. I already know that that's the correct data from the previous example, but we can just verify. Yeah, the seller or the business code is B579705, 328 and 83918. So that is correct. All right, so that is it for the lookup tab.